and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing a nice little fun video, and today I will be reacting to Hamster Reddit. So I got this idea actually from Victoria Rachel. So once I heard this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a really good idea. So of course, as you can see, I am now doing it. So I'm just going to be reading a couple hamster threads on here on Reddit, and I will be reacting to them as well as giving my opinion or advice on anything that for someone might need. So if you have anything similar and my advice helps you out, let me know down in the comment section below. And don't forget to leave it a like if you enjoy this video. So let's just get around. So this first one says, okay, we rescued our hamster over a year ago. Apart from numerous escapes, apart from numerous escapes, which is my fault, on past treatment, currently he's getting over a recent everything's been grand with our hamster. Until very recently, he has been acting weird, like unsettled behavior. He seems agitated, annoyed, no longer satisfied to run on his wheel much. He's trying to figure out how to escape his cage, sticking in the corners, and really being out of character. We had him out of his cage 99% in his ball, and he's up about the house, but even when he stayed in one location, and he does quite a few times now. When I hold him, he wants to dramatically escape. He saw my hand and hit the floor. This is not his behavior. He's been strange now for a few weeks. I'm a mess because he started peeing blood, so he got another UTI. So since he's been going through so much, like considering all the vets and constantly having to be out, he might just be it'd probably be best to like leave him in his enclosure for a bit of time to let him just calm back down, because he's went through a lot of things. Like, to him, he went through a lot of things, so he might just want some space. Apparently, if he doesn't want to be held either, it means he just doesn't want to be handled at all right now. So it's probably, I would just leave him in his cage for more time instead of always trying to have him out, since he's trying so hard to like get away from you. That would be my advice. And then just obviously you don't have a choice but to give him medication right now, so that would be like the only time that I would like try to handle him, is when I'm giving him his medication. But it also can help, try to give him like a treat after you give him medication, like before and after. That way he can like reassociate it as a good thing, because to him, when he was at the vet, it could have been traumatizing for him, so that also could be why he doesn't want to be held anymore. But that's just probably what I would do. Kind of seems like you have to almost restart. But yeah, let's go to the next one. It says, my brother impulsively got a new hamster. To be honest, he sucks at taking care of animals. Most other animals he got impulsively have ran away. I kind of got attached to the hamster, and I want to be a good owner towards it. I'm thinking of making a DIY bin cage. Is it unsafe? I'm still young without a job, therefore can't really afford a proper cage. I'm saving up my allowance for everything he needs, but I'm still a bit worried since I've never had a hamster. Or any type of animal. It seems to be warming up to me, but I feel guilty since I haven't been properly taking care of it. Since I need some tips, how much he needs to be fed, or are some good treats and basic necessities. Well, kudos to them for trying to take care of a pet that wasn't even theirs, that they're trying to care for from their brother. Yeah, it's completely safe to make a DIY bin cage. Of course, you just, for the lid, because you need the ventilation, you will have to cut this off. There's many different ways. There's many different videos to making the DIY bin cage. You might want to try to get like if you're going to get a bin cage, it'd probably be smart to get like a 200 quarter bin. That way it is actually large enough, because just because you have a bin cage does not mean that it's still giving you 450 square inches of floor space minimum. I still think it's kind of too small, but you really want to try to get like the largest bin, the better. Of course, you also want something that has height to it. That way when you add in all your bedding in and your toys and just anything that your hamster can accidentally climb on, or they decide to climb on, your hamster won't escape. But for your lid, to make the ventilation, you just cut out the opening throughout the top lid of it, and you can either just leave it like this, or you can put mesh and then You can also use this mesh to hang toys on as well. You want to make sure you give them enough protein as well as a good variety of healthy food, mealworms as well. You really want to stay away from like your sugary treats, just because it says that hamsters can have it. If you read the ingredients and there's more, like if you get like dried fruit and you're buying it and it has more than just that one fruit as the ingredients and it's saying sugars, a lot of additives, you don't want that one. You just want to get your actual, like that one ingredient type stuff. So you do have to be careful with the sugary stuff. Obviously you want to avoid cotton. You can find cotton at pet stores, but you don't want it because it's not a nesting material. It's literally a killing material. It's gonna probably kill your hamster. You want to give him about 6 inches of bedding. More is always better, of course, but at least 6 inches, especially if you have a Syrian hamster. It definitely doesn't hurt to do more than 6 inches because, yeah, remember, they're larger than your dwarf hamsters. So for your dwarf hamster, 6 inches may seem like a whole bunch because, like, they are smaller. So, like, their tunnel systems are also smaller because they don't have as much space to go through. But your Syrians are, like, a lot bigger, which means their tunnel space will be, like, this wide, probably, for them to be able to go through. So you really want to be able to add as much bedding as you want. So when you're getting your hamster cage, you want to make sure that it allows enough bedding depth. I don't want to go like too much into some of these because I feel like at that point it could be like a whole entire video, like giving tips. So I'm trying to like go like over it lightly. But let's go to the next one. I just got a new hamster. His cage is very roomy, not the general inhuman ones you see at pet shops. I provided him lots of toys and things to chew on. He has access to a wheel, food, and water. He also has a hide and hanging tunnel. But for some reason, he won't start climbing the ceilings and walls of the cage and even biting at it. He's doing it so much I'm scared it's dangerous for him. I know this might be because of stress, because of a new place. I just got him today. I would still like some advice on how to make him feel more comfortable. The only time I've held him was to get him down from climbing the ceiling of the cage. Yeah, I was scared he'd get hurt falling. Maybe the contact freaked him out. I believe this is the one that I saw, and they said that their hamster cage isn't a hamster cage, it's a rat cage, which means it's tall. But I also knew it was tall cage just from them saying that they was climbing it. That just also gives a tell sign that you have a tall cage and not a long cage. But they said they have a rat cage instead of a hamster cage, and if you don't know, rats like height, so that means this is a tall cage, which means they should also get another enclosure and opt for something that's more longer than higher. So this is literally the only thing that I would probably do. Is just get a whole new enclosure. If you still don't want to have to worry about like the bars of like them climbing or like chewing at it, you can opt for something without bars. So you can have glass, like basically your fish tank, your glass aquariums, a bin. You can DIY, just many different things that you can look for if you don't want to get a barred one. But yeah, this just means that they have a tall cage. You don't want height for your hamsters. They aren't good climbers. They may climb, but they're not actually good at it. Next, cage biting hamster. By the way, I'm completely aware this is on the cage dress. Olive is currently in the 100 by 50 centimeter cage. As much as I would like to give an upgrade to glass and a bigger enclosure, I'm just not able to do so until September. So I can't solve it that way. She's also not using her wool as much. Some hamsters just honestly like to bite in your cage, but you can put different things on there to like make it not taste very desirable. So you could always try doing that. Of course, trying like chews and just switching up the chews, switching up the cage setup to keep them interested in, because maybe she's just bored, because she does have a female hamster, which means they are way more picky and it takes a lot more to keep them happy. So not only will I upgrade the cage, but I will also get like a whole bunch more toys, way more like enrichment toys as well, and switch them out like every week or so to keep her busy, because it's really hard to please a female hamster. So I would really just upgrade and just give a whole bunch more toys. And then also when I upgrade, I wouldn't get a cage with bars on it as well. Especially if they're hamsters in heat, it would get even worse. So female hamsters are really hard to. Escaped hamster help. I honestly have no idea how she escaped her cage, but somehow she did. I've already looked everywhere and set out treats as well as cover her around with peanut butter and put it against the bucket with food and fluff on the inside. Are there any other suggestions? I don't know how long she's been gone. I went down to 3 to check and it's 5:40 now. First, make sure that they actually escaped their cage and that they're not in their burrows. So obviously I would check the cage first to make sure that they actually left the cage, because you never know, they really could be in there the whole time. But obviously you can set out treats around the floor, put their wheel out, maybe put some water out as well, and a little bit of food, of course. I would also put like some toys out, that way it's loud. Like opt for like things that make noise when they interact with it. That way when they're eating or like playing with it, you will hear it. You have like a really good chance of hearing it. Also, since they are nocturnal, so during the day you might not really see them running around like while you're trying to find them, which also could give you a chance to look for them, because I mean they'll be staying still for a while. You can try making noises, calling their names, and just you gotta be like really quiet, of course, and you can listen out and see if you hear like any taps or just like any type of sounds that you might hear. Like obviously check low down in the ground behind like your dressers and stuff. Another tip is, of course, to have the room dark, because they will feel more comfortable coming out. If you want to be able to see while you're looking for them, but like you want to keep the room dark, you can try like if you have LED lights, you can try a red one. You could make the color red, because to them it'll still be dark, but obviously it provides some type of light for you. So you could try doing that as well. And here is the last one. I feel like I'm looking at a lot of like first time owners or like those type of helps, but it's okay. Hello, I have a senior male hamster and I've upgraded his cage to 640 square inches. I know it's still on small side, but it does meet the requirements. I have had him for a week, and today I know his bar climb continuously biting my finger. He does not bite the bars on the cage. I am worried that my hamster is stressed and are bored. I have lots of toys and tunnels in there. I can't afford a larger cage as I already upgraded. I cannot make it to IKEA store to purchase the shelf that has remained to the cage. She's talking about the IKEA detox. If you're unaware of what she's talking about in this thread, you have a pretty decent amount of like floor space, to be honest. A hamster cage gives you 640 inches that you can also bar climb. I'm hoping that they're not counting their floor space incorrectly, and it's actually a multi-level enclosure. That is what I'm wondering. I can't think of like every hamster cage like that's out there, but I don't know which ones are 640 and you can bar climb at the same time. I know some do have bars, but you can't really climb it. Well, they can't like really climb it, but I continuously bite my finger. It might be also a territory thing. But also if your hamster's always biting you or nibbling at you, just try washing your hands with unscented soap, using hand sanitizer maybe. Just something that doesn't have any smell to it, because then they won't obviously bite your finger. You can also, they might be, yeah, they're new, I just realized. Continuously biting. You can try taming them obviously with some treats. So you can hand feed them like large treats if you're scared for like smaller foods. So you can do like cut up pieces of banana or like other fruits, sunflower seeds, or just any other food that you feed them, and try taming them. He doesn't bite on the cage, which is actually a really good thing, but some hamsters do just like to bar climb if they have it. I would put like a whole bunch more toys. I don't know how many they have, of course, but I would put like a whole bunch more. Maybe try scatter feeding, herbs, of course, like just different enriching things to keep them busy the whole time. Because some hamsters do just get bored. So the more that you provide for them, the less that they will mess with anything else. But yeah, that's probably all that I would recommend doing right now. Since she has 640 inches of floor space, well, since they have 640 inches of floor space, it's not a rush to get a new enclosure because it might just be a lack of stimulation inside their cage. And that was all of the Reddit threads that I'll be reacting to in this video. If you enjoyed this, be sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. And also ring that bell so you can be notified of every upload. I upload what seems to be like twice a week, but I do upload every week. And if you would like to see more of these, be sure to let me know down in the comments below as well. And I will hopefully see you all in my next video. Bye.